Hi guys, this is Allison Pryor. I am just going to do lesson 5 on our fall trees. As you can see, we need some improvements. Now you may have finished your painting, and if you're happy with what you see, you do not have to change it. But I'm going to show you what I did in my lesson 4. I finished it off here, and as you can see, it needs work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at my painting, and you can do this with any of your paintings that you look at it and you say, you know, I like to do more work with that. And so what I'm going to look at first are the clouds, and I notice the clouds need some work. So I'm going to touch up my clouds for now. So I'm putting on a bit of white. I just got a few paints on my palette because I'm just doing some touch-ups right now. And probably a tiny bit of yellow in my cloud mix. And then I'm just going to take the top of my clouds and brighten them up. There we go. Just get some cloud formations in there and just do some tops. And like I said, if you're already happy enough with your painting that you finished, don't go over it again if you don't want to. This is just to show you that you can do touch-ups to your paintings when they're done. Now if you want to, you can put some more shadow underneath your clouds by adding a little bit of blue, a tiny bit of red, and a little bit of white. Just get a darker value. And maybe if you have to darken up a bit more, you go right ahead. So it'll be more red, more blue. That's all I'm doing. And then I'm going to touch up underneath the clouds. So we need to get some light tops and some bottoms that are a little darker. I'm just tapping over my clouds again as if I'm starting over. Tap, tap, tap. There we go. So I'm just going to tap on those. Now I got to paint wet on wet again. I like working on wet because you can blend better. So when I worked that time first, when I did my tops, it was wet on dry, and I found it wouldn't blend. So there we go. That's much better. So now we'll just put these clouds in here, and like I say, if you're happy with your painting, you keep it as it is. Don't you worry about this. Or if there's parts of your painting that you want to change, well, at least this will give you some idea that you can do some extra work with your painting even at the end. Now, so I'm just going to leave that nice and bright there in the middle. It's nice. And then I might add a little bit of a touch up to this one here, not much. Don't need much there, just sort of brighten it up a little bit. That's good. And now, excuse me, Mossy will play. Okay, so what I like to do is I like to clean up this area here. As you can see, these are kind of big and kind of, you know, so they don't look like nice reflections from these trees up here. So the only thing I can really do with them right now, without destroying them, is to probably go over them with some water lines and to blend and that'll help clear up some of those edges, these edges here. So let's just put some water lines on. I'm just putting a little bit of white and adding a small bit of that, if you got a little bit of that purplish color left over, put that into your white, and put some water lines on here. So just put some extra water lines over these, sort of to put them under the water and try to get them not so noticeable because they are bigger. But if you are doing your painting, like I say, remember, try to make your reflections almost exactly as the top that you're reflecting. Alright, so because I was doing a video, I might have rushed it and didn't take my time, and I'm trying to lean over and all that good excuses. Okay, so I'm just going to do some more reflections. I'm sorry, some more of these lines. So these lines are water lines, and then you put them over the tops. You don't want to put them over exactly over the tops, just around them, okay, around them. So, but because I made a mess, and I'm glad I made a mess because I want to show you, because you might look at your painting and say, you know, it don't look finished, it's messy looking, or something don't look right, or what do I do now? So these are little tips and tricks that you can do to improve your painting, or try to cover up basically what you don't want to take, you know, you don't want to redo your whole painting all over again. So it's just as well to try and add a few things to get it to work. And you have to go back and forth and back and forth, but go back and forth with the same techniques that you're using. So if you're trying to get water lines and you can't get them the way you want them, then go back and add more, or take them out, or, you know, just keep trying until you get what you're looking for, okay? So I'm just adding some water lines. And like I say, it's you don't have to have as many as this, but I'm just trying to show you that because I don't like my trees are too big on the bottom, I'm trying to distract from it actually. Just trying to distract from my trees that I made, and they aren't right. So I'm just putting in my water lines. I got a few darker ones here, which they shouldn't be there. So you can put some water lines on top of those, okay? There we go. A little light, that's okay. So put some more under your rocks here, and under your rock here. There we go. And under your rock here. You're going to separate your reflections here on these rocks. And then you're going to get some more paint. Probably wipe it off if it's too much on your brush. And then you can put some more water lines over these little rocks here. These are not rocks, these are reflections, I'm sorry. So I want to make them look like they're underwater. I'll put a few more little water lines here and there. There we go. Good. Now, so I'm going to get you to take your fan brush, and I'm going to get you to clean it off. I don't want you to put any more paint on, I just want you to clean it off. So that there's some paint left on it, okay? Not much, but you see there's some paint on it. So, you know, you can check it, see if someone, and then you can take your fan brush and turn it this way. See, when you're doing your water lines, you would turn it this way, horizontal, but turn it vertical, and then you can get some more water lines on it, but they're not so prominent. Okay, and then you just drag it over. Drag it over, drag it over. There we go. So you can drag some more glistening water spots, okay? So it glistens, it makes it glisten. Now I didn't have enough paint on there, so I'm going to add more just to show you. This is what this video is about, trying to show you how you can improve your painting, or, you know, correct mistakes, or try and improve it in some way. So there we go. See the glistening coming off there? Just by pulling over. And you can do that in all your water, especially if this is a bit light, so it'll be hard, but I'm going to show it to you down here where you can see it better. Because I'm taking all this out now, but I'm just going to show you. Wipe off your brush, and if you pull it over, you can see. Maybe I have to use more paint, because where we're on video, you might not be able to see it. Just pull over it, and you get all this glistening. Glistens. Gives a shimmer to your water. There we go, like that. See? See? And when I do the bottom again, I will put some of this on top. So, if you haven't got enough paint, you can add more paint, but if you don't want big blobs, like you don't want a big old blob coming off like that, so. Especially, you can use a flat brush for this too if you want to. So I'm just getting some glisten, some shimmer to my water, different places. Even back here. Okay. I got some on my tree, so I'll fix that. Not to worry. Okay, so the bottom part here is, now, before I go to the bottom part, let's play with those trees. The trees need to be worked again. So, what we're going to do is, we're just going to go over the red tree for now. So I'm going to take my flat Bristol brush, not the big one, but just a medium sized one is fine. I'm going to spread open the bristles, and I'm going to tap into my darker reds, which is I'm going to take my red, add a little bit of blue to it, darken it up. Okay. So that's the color I'm getting there. Need to darken up a bit more. Some nice dark color. Good. So we'll tap on top of those, whatever you don't like, just tap back on some of that reddish, dark red color. Okay, tap, 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 tap. So tap, tap, tap where you made your mistakes, if you want to call them mistake. There's no mistakes, you know. I mean, there's just experimenting and practicing and learning. So don't get in despair if something happens and you can't correct it. If you can't correct it and you really hate your painting that much, then I would suggest you paint over it altogether, or put it aside and start a new one, because you don't want to be looking at it and going, oh my God, I don't like that. Okay, so now we got some more of our red, darker red back in, and you can touch up wherever you want if you think you need more or less. I'm just going to keep adding a little bit more just so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so now we want to highlight. I'm thinking the light is coming in from the right, so we'll highlight some of the right side of this tree. So how to highlight it? Just add a bit of, so let's go with the pure white, red for now, and just tap a little bit of that here and there. Just a little bit here and there, because the paint is still wet, so it may not get bright. Now I found when I added white to my red, it turned pink, and I didn't like that. So I am going to add try some yellow. Like I said, it's all experimenting and learning, so you have to figure things out by using different brushes, different paint, different colors. So I'm just going to try the yellow, okay? So I'm going to dip into my yellow and brighten up my red with my yellow. I didn't want it to look like the other. Maybe I'll add a little bit of white to that. That might help. Instead of pure. Alright, so that's not so pink now. It's more of a brighter orangey color. There we go. That's better. Now we'll just take some parts of your tree and tap on some of the brighter color on that side, just so. Now if that's too orange, you go back into your red and a bit of yellow and tap on some of that brighter color here on the edges. Good. Good, 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 good. That's it. Keep putting on some of the brighter colors. Just yellow and red. I add a bit of white, but I think I tone it down a bit now without using white this time, just the yellow and red. As I'm going back, it's going to get a little darker because it's in shade. Light's not shining back here as much. So just tap here and there with your colors. There we go. And you can go over this as many times as you want, but leave your openings, but just go back over what you already did a few times with different colors just to see what works for you. Okay? So, I don't want to spend a big lot of time on it now, but I just want to give you some tips. So I'll just leave that as it is. And then we'll go into the other side of the painting with the other tree over here. And I'm just going to clean it up a little bit. Let's see what we can do with that. So what we can do with that one is, let's see. Get out your same brush. Okay, and then we're going to add just the yellow. The light is shining in here, so I'm thinking the light might be on the back of this tree and maybe the front is a little dark. So if anybody wants to correct me on anything at all, because I don't have anything to go by, some of these paintings I just make up as I go along, and which is not a great thing to do. You really need reference photos, okay? Let's see. So I'm just going to tap on some yellows here and there. Might even add a little bit of white to my yellow to get it nice and bright. Okay, there we go. Oh, nice. Okay, there we go. That did it there. Good. So we'll say that the light is around there somewhere. We'll keep adding a little bit of lighter color. Good. Now, because it's going to be a little darker probably around the other areas, just go back to your yellow and add a little bit of red and then start tapping on some of those colors. See? That's an improvement, I'm pretty sure. So like I said, if you have your painting done and you're happy with it, just leave it be. But just have a look at this, and then you'll be able to see that yes, I can fix paintings that don't look like they're finished. If it doesn't look like it's finished, then you need to add some extra care and extra highlights and extra this and extra that. And I'll be putting all that in my paintings, in my videos as I go along. I'll be teaching you more things. And I'm always learning too, and I'm always getting tips from Shirley, and I'll give you a couple of her tips now before this is over. So if you want Shirley to also give you lots of tips and to critique your paintings, she will do that for you. All you have to do is email me, and I will send you her email address, and then you'll get extra free lessons. Yes, you will. So down here on this grassy part, you can see it's too well. Let's work at this. These. Okay, so let's just take the trunks and darken them up a little bit. I'm just adding a bit of green and a bit of red. Green and red to make a sort of a brownish color. The trees don't have to be brown. A lot of trees are gray in color. Now I just darken up some of the trees. Good. Clean it up. Clean it up. If you're not happy with it, clean them up. And I'm thinking the right hand side of this tree might still be a bit shadowed because there's a lot of things around it that may not let it show, but I'm going to put a little bit of highlight on the right side of that tree. Okay, so anything you need to clean up and you need to do, this is the time to do it. This will be your, say you when you're working on it, it'll be your final step. And so you want to do every little tiny thing that needs it. So it needs more highlights, needs more shaping up, needs to add more things. Yeah, so that you can do whatever you want with your painting. You can spend months at one painting if you want to, or you can spend a few days at it. So it's entirely up to you, depending on how much work you want to, what you want to do with it. Okay. So I think we'll just leave that for now. Okay, that looks alright. And then we will. I might lighten up those trunks a little bit more. I want to show you that if the sun is shining on it, you might get a little bit of a brighter highlight here somewhere. Okay. That's on the right side. Okay, so because the sun is coming in from the right, it goes on the right side of the trees, the back side of the trees are shaded. Right. Now, what you're going to do is, you're going to take your small flat brush, and you're going to use green. My brush is a little dirty, but that's okay. Alright, so we're going to use some lighter green. Add a little bit of yellow to your green to brighten it up. And then tap that green on here. Okay? Tap that on here because it's too dark on the bottom. Now I don't know if you guys, when you're doing your lesson 4, if you lightened up your grass down here, because I probably didn't tell you. And you're only doing what I'm telling you to do. And hopefully you'll do your own paintings, make up your own paintings, and that way you'll be able to do your own paintings without just following me and doing exactly what I do. So you just learn from me and many others, and then take what you learn and then do your own paintings based on values, composition, color mixing, all that good stuff. A lot of good stuff. It's a lot to learn. Yes, it is. I'm still learning, so don't feel bad. There we go. So you got some nice brighter, I might add a little bit more lighter color on top of that, so I can have another value on my grass. There we go. So I got a dark, medium, and a light value on my grass. 3 values. 3 values make some really good forms. So, let's see. Here we go. Not really sure. There we go. That looks good. Alright, so now that's done. And now we're going to improve our flowers. See our flowers? They're kind of weird. They're kind of all over the place. So I'm going to improve those for you. So we need a smaller flat brush, probably a smaller Bristol brush, smaller flat Bristol brush, so we can get some nice flowers. Alright, so just wet your brush all the time and then wipe it off. And then we're going to go into pure red and pure yellow to make it stand out. So, because these are your final details. On your final details you can use pure paint right straight from the tube if you want to. When you're painting your painting, you need to add different colors in order to get them the different values. So now we're going to try this little brush. If this brush don't work, we can always change it. So let's go with some red flowers here. Get more better shapes to our flowers. There we go. Like I said, now if you already got it done and you're happy, don't you change a thing. Alright. Now I find that those two right there are blobs. Okay, see how you can make, not mistakes, but you can, your brush is probably not doing what you want it to do. And this is basically blaming it on my brush, and that's fine. So I'm going to try the bigger brush again. Try different brushes if you have a problem, okay? If you got that big blob and you don't like it, go in with your dark color again and take it out. Get out, get out, get out. I'll go back over that after. Same with this one. So, get it out. You have control. It's your painting. You have control. Don't let the paint control you. You control the paint. Control your brushes. Control everything about what you're doing on this canvas. Okay, you take control. Sometimes, you know, the paint and the brushes can take control of you. Okay? So that little bit of yellow. See, it looks better already, you know, just by a few little touch-ups. Looks better already. Alright, there we go. A few little yellows. You know what I find nice? I find if I add white to my flowers, little white ones, I find that really makes them jump out more. So I'm going to, my brush is dirty, that's okay. So I'm just going to jump in some little white ones here and there. There we go. Little white ones. White, 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 white. Okay, my brush is not doing what I wanted to do, so I'm going to try and spread open the bristles. Okay, there we go. See if that works. Oh, that's better. See, it gives me the little ones I'm looking for. See that? See? And then you can put them right up against a tree if you like. There we go. Good. Better. So you spread open your bristles and you'll get it better. They'll spread around more. Okay. So, some flowers everywhere. So you can bring up a few up in the top here and make it look like they're growing. Put out a few here. Whoops, there goes the blob again. Okay. And then some white. Oh, I get my blobs. Okay. That's okay. I don't mind. I don't mind making mistakes. I don't mind things not happening because now I'm going to spread them open again. So you get your blobs spread open and then go back in and try to get that straightened up. Like I said, if you can't straighten it up, just go back with your really dark color, okay? So a little bit more down here to bring it into your green. Your flowers are so pretty. You can have as many flowers you want, and you can have them whatever way you want. You can even have, if I had some blue here, so when I get my blue, you can put blue together with some white and it makes really, really nice, like a lavender color. If you put blue, a little bit of red, and some white, you get a really nice lavender color. So, just trying to get a little bit of blue out. Okay. In my next video, I'm going to show you how not to waste your tubes. Some people throw them away, but there's a way to get lots more out of them, okay? So I'm going to do that in my next video. But anyway, what was I doing? Can't remember. Alright. I'm going to have to move on because I can't remember. Oh boy, my mind is wandering. Anyway, for now, so what we're going to do now is we're going to do the bottom of this canvas. See how messy I made it? So I'm going to take the blue paint and a little tiny bit of red and some white. And I'm going to get that color back that I had down there on the bottom here. So if I don't get it back exactly, I'm not going to worry about it. As long as it's a dark, you know, nice dark blue. So get your blue going and paint underneath there, all that. And like I said, now if yours is done and you like it, don't worry about it. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so get rid of all that. I know. You know, you might say to yourself, oh no, I'm painting over my painting. But what's the sense of having your painting if it looks terrible? It, you know, looks so bad. You look, every time you look at it, it's like, oh my God, I can't stand looking at it. So you got to get it the way you want it, even if you have to go over some parts of your painting, okay? So let's go back over this. And you got the really dark on the bottom. Now you can start lightening it up with some white to get that color back, okay? So let's get that color back. Go over what we have done. There we go. Get out, get out. Alright. Now I might, because there's a bit of work down here, I think I'll shut this video down. Let you play with your painting, get everything in order that you want to do with it. And I'll come back and finish off the reflections. That way we can take our time because it's getting a bit long. So I'll let you continue on doing that. Alright, so make sure you cover it up. There we go. Cover it all up. Even if you got to go up there, make sure you got white paint. Lighten it up to try to match what you already have there. There we go. That's good. There we go. Get that out. When I come back, we'll do this again. We'll do some of this again, and then we'll put in the reflections properly this time. Okay? So I'll see you in lesson 6.